Welcome to Prime Time, everybody. I'm your host, Hern Chambers. I'm joined by my co-host, Chad and Carrie. How's it going, guys?
Going great.
Yeah.
Or should I
Yeah.
say, hello, Hunter?
Hello, Chad.
Who gives a movies?
Yes. Absolutely love that line. But we are here to talk about our excitement and our theories for Scream 7, which comes out this Friday. I am super excited. I have my tickets all ready to go see it. I know Chad and Carrie do as well. So yeah, this is just gonna be us kind of talking about what we think's gonna happen in Scream 7, who we think the killers are gonna be, just kind of going through our theories about what we think is gonna happen, just getting the excitement out there for Scream 7. So really there's no like structure to this. This is just us kind of winging it and just talking about how much we love this franchise. So where do you guys want to start with this? You guys want to start with the theories or the production or just
So we should start from the beginning. 1996.
1996 Scream, the one that gets
Called Scream came out. It was incredible. Directed by Wes Craven. Music by Marco Beltrami. Written by Kevin Williamson.
Okay.
And then, what?
And then what? Written by Kevin Williamson. And then what?
And then fast forward to 1997. Scream 2 comes out. All right, fine. If you guys don't want me to go through the whole franchise, we'll skip.
We could.
It was a 4-movie run, 3 movies between 96 and 2000.
Chad, I thought you were gonna say written by Kevin Williamson, cut to 2026. Kevin Williamson is directing Scream 7.
I'm getting there.
You're not getting there. You're
I'm
going
getting
through the
there.
whole history of the movies. I thought we were gonna make this a little quick.
It's not. Well, you keep interrupting, so it's not going to be quick. We had the first 4. Wes Craven, rest in peace. We had 2 radio silence films, and now the franchise is back. This time helmed by Kevin Williamson. Did he want to do it? Not at first. But who called him?
Nev Campbell.
Nev Campbell.
Nev Campbell called him.
And then he said, I guess I have to do it, right? Nev's asking, I have to do it.
Oh,
Apparently, that phone call was so emotional that it's like, I don't know, it just feels so special to me.
It was a no-brainer for him at that time. Yeah.
I'm just thinking about how special that is, because as good as the radio silence movies are, I know it's like a mixed bag. You're either a purist and you're like, I don't like those, or you adore them, or you're somewhere in between. There's a whole bunch of different types of people out there. But I feel like the legacy characters were not really cared about that much in them. Like, they were respected, I think, for the most part, but they weren't really cared about. Now we have Nev Campbell coming back into the focus, which I think is really interesting, into the focus with her daughters. It's 2 daughters, right?
I think they're retconning the statement in 5 where Dewey asks her about her girls, and I think she just has 1 daughter. I think.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's just Isabel May's character.
Okay, is McKenna Grace just her friend then?
I believe so. Yes, I believe McKenna Grace is a part of the friend group.
Yeah, McKenna Grace is like the Kirby of the movie. Okay.
Yeah, the only way I could see them like switch is like if they. I'm hoping they do something where they're true to the Scream 5. I'm like, I guess just a throwaway line, but maybe the other daughter's studying abroad or off at college or boarding school or something. That would be ideal. But it sounds like she's just gonna have the 1 daughter.
Yeah, because I know, because we have talked about this on and off for a long time, since we even heard about a possible Scream 7 happening. And then as it started to get developed, Hunter had a really great idea for what this could be that really excited us. And we're now still wondering, is that going to be what it's going to be? And also, the reservations of, are they going to retcon anything? Are they going to kind of try to play with things in a meta way that may or may not be satisfying
Mhm.
for trying to make things make sense, because you had the Wes Craven era, the Radio Silence era, and now the Williamson era, and
Mhm.
like what is that going to be? Especially because when you go back to the messy nature of this franchise and how the first two were written by Williamson, but then he had like a whole like Jill arc that he was going to do. He had like a whole
Mhm.
trilogy for Jill planned. And like, obviously Jill dies at the end of 4. So like that just is not going to be a thing. So like, what is this like era going to be? And of
Mhm.
course we're just starting with this one, but we already know that there's going to be a Scream 8
They've
apparently.
already. I'm pretty sure they've already announced the Scream 8.
Yeah. So people thought this was going to be like a one and done thing.
Mm-mm.
No. And I'm excited about it. Like I don't know. I know there's some people who are like, I just want like finality. Like there's the people who are like, I wanted Toy Story to be done with Toy Story 3. And now they're Toy Story 5. And I'm so excited. And people are like, I was done with Toy Story 3. They made Toy Story 4. So now, like, they already announced Scream 8. Why don't you let Scream 7 come out? Like,
Those people are never going to be satisfied with anything, though. So,
if you're watching and if you're one of those people, that's a totally valid,
mm,
thought to have. But for me, I'm excited. I just love Scream. As long as they can keep inventing and doing new things with it, I'm cool. And as much as Hunter and I disagree with certain radio silence installments, I
mhm.
still like every Scream movie. Like
Yeah,
we all three, I think, are like that, where we
mhm.
like every single movie, even if we have issues with a few of them. But I'm just
Yeah.
so excited to see this being helmed by Williamson, having Nev Campbell come back in the focus with her daughter. I think McKenna Grace is fantastic. I've always
Mhm.
loved her and everything. So I'm so excited to see her come into it. And yeah, we can start talking about some of the theories. Like the trailer started with kind of like an Airbnb type of thing. Which
Mhm.
Oh,
interesting.
really? I
I
didn't even
think
see that. My
Yeah.
theory is that McKenna Grace, and maybe this is already debunked in the trailers, but my theory is McKenna Grace is going to be the opening kill.
Ooh.
But is she in
I
the
thought
trailer more than that? That it would kind of.
not that again, I haven't watched all the trailers. Like I watched the first trailer and then one TV spot, but I don't. I thought you were going the opposite direction. I thought you were gonna say McKenna Grace is gonna be the killer.
she's going to be the Casey
Because
Becker.
Yeah, because she's a famous actress, and that's what, the
Maybe
Scream films do.
maybe it's both. Maybe she's the opening kill,
And the kill.
but she wasn't actually killed, and then she comes
That
back
would be
later,
cool.
and
ooh,
then because like you got to think about like, are they going? Because I know like Kevin is like, we're going back to the roots, which wasn't what Scream 5 did. Apparently Scream 5 didn't go back to the roots. Kevin's going to go back to the roots because Scream 5.
I thought Scream 3 went back to the roots, and that was one of the main. Wasn't this
True,
supposed to be a trilogy?
sort of. But then Scream 5, like, because I can see where he's coming from. Because as
Yeah.
Scream 5 went back to doing like the high school thing, but then, well, I mean, Scream 4 also was high school, but Scream 5 was also going back to high school. But Scream 5 was also like supposed to be like super brutal. Like the kills are like so brutal. And like, that's the thing. This isn't your mommy and daddy's Scream anymore. You're gonna see Wes get, stabbed through his throat and stuff like that. And then Kevin is like, I'm gonna bring it back to the suspense. And
well, that if he means roots, and yeah, the roots of suspense, I think that's good. Hunter, what are your
Yeah. So I'm definitely okay with them going back to the more whodunit aspect of Scream.
Yeah.
Where I love Scream 5 and 6, but when I watch those movies, I don't really care about the whodunit. I'm mostly there for how cool the kills are and like how terrifying Ghostface is in both 5 and 6. 6 in particular, I think is very brutal and very cool.
like the
But
scene.
the bodega scene is great. But I like that he's going back to the original, like who done it. Like the great thing about the original Scream is that it was a who done it. You had so many red herrings that made sense, and that the twist of it being not just Billy but Stu also. Like you have two killers, and like I love that it's the suspense of it. What I'm worried about is that they're going to kind of tame it down or dumb it down to where, because even in the original Scream, you had some brutal moments. Like you had the Casey Becker opening scene, which is gory and like not gory, but really visceral and really violent. I hope they don't lose that aspect of Scream, which I love, which is the how Ghostface is terrifying because of how sadistic he is.
Yeah.
I hope they don't lose that in this one.
I don't think there's any world that they lose that. Just because, like, I mean, Kevin Williamson wrote the first movie, so
Yeah.
have him come and direct. I just think Kevin Williamson just like knows Scream inside and out, and he even loved Scream 5. So
Yeah.
it's one of those things to where, you know,
I mean, he was a producer, executive producer on both 5 and 6, so he had involvement in all of the Scream movies.
Yeah. So
except for 3, I think.
Well, except for 4.
I don't think he had involvement in 3 for sure. Probably 4 too. Well, did he write 4?
Yeah. Yes.
He wrote 4 because that was the return of Craven and Williamson.
He wrote 4, but there was a lot of studio involvement too, and things like that. But yeah, regardless, I don't think I think Williamson is the best hands for the franchise to be in, and that's why, or this movie specifically, and that's why I'm really excited for it. Also, the fact that we can't let this fact go unnoticed is that for the first time, Scream has a gay director, which I know for Kevin was really important to have. So
I didn't realize Kevin was part of that community.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Yeah. So definitely wanted to shout that out. I don't know if he's going to, especially after Scream 4, has.
Oh yeah, yeah. You have to be gay to survive.
Yeah, which is such a dumb kind of thing. It's almost like
that has to be a studio. No, I cannot see Kevin writing that.
I'm pretty sure the book that Carrie and I read, they said it was, and that. So yeah, I'm hopefully more progressive in this way, especially since the franchise came under fire for not being as progressive as it could be for the studio.
I will say I was very interested to see what Christopher Landon was going to do with the Scream film. I think that would have been great because of his of the way he balances horror and suspense and comedy. I think that would have worked very well with Scream. Sadly, that's not happening. Hopefully, he comes back for another installment. But I have faith in Kevin Williamson because, as Chad said, this is his child. This is his baby. He created this. So I don't see a world in which he's going to make this not for the fans, which is what I want. But also, I'm also somebody who I want to know everything about, like the production value and everything about it. I love behind the scenes. This movie has a very rocky past when it comes to the production history. Not only the stuff with, Spyglass and the Melissa Barrera firing, but the Christopher Landon being pretty much bullied out of his job. He left because he was getting death threats from people, which is so fucking stupid, by the way. And you hate to see it because he is such a talented director. But then you have which I was worried about, still kind of am, that is in the back of my head, of the return of not only Matthew Lillard as Stu, which I can see that one, but then they mentioned David Arquette coming back as Dewey, which I kind of hope they keep his death canon, because I think that's a perfect way to have Sid develop as a character, is that now she has to protect her family because she couldn't protect her brother figure in Dewey. I think that's a really good tie-in in this one. But then you have like Roman coming back, and I'm like, he got shot in the head. There's no way he's coming back. Like, there's so much of like, what are we doing with these side characters that I'm scared of?
Yeah, but I think it's also like, it's scary because you're like, wait, from the continuity, how can that person come back? But then it's like kind of exciting, like, what's up your sleeve, Kevin? What are you doing? And I think it kind of like ties back into a thing that Hunter said, a while ago, was, are they going to go so meta that this ends up being kind of like a New Nightmare situation?
I don't think they're doing that one for this one. This, from the trailers, it seems like it's going to be a straightforward, like,
that's what it
really good
like.
Scream movie. Mm-hmm.
But could there be a twist where
what if the opening of Scream 7 is them watching Stab 7, and then it's like a theater, and they leave into like a Stabathon convention? That'd be so funny.
Maybe like some of the scenes that we've seen in the trailer are scenes from Stab 7.
Mm-hmm. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, like they're filming them.
Yeah,
It's so similar to Scream 3 that it's hard to believe that. I just haven't seen the trailers enough to be like for sure.
Mm-hmm.
It wouldn't make sense with like the Stab franchise in general, although apparently Stab 5 is when it really gets nuts.
If they went really meta, it wouldn't. Stab is, if they went New Nightmare meta, right? They're filming the Scream movie, so they're filming Scream 7, not Stab 7, because Stab is the fictional.
Right.
It gets too meta. It's meta on the meta.
Too meta, Kevin.
I feel like,
you
kind of have convinced me, Hunter, that I feel like it would be too similar to what they already did in Scream 3 for it to work.
Yeah.
For it to be a meta thing. So, yeah, I feel like it's probably going to be something like, I don't know. I feel like they're not going to have big parts. I feel like it's going to be some kind of like, the killers are talking or something from beyond the grave. It's just like voice recording. So it's like stuff like, I think something like that.
I just hope they don't like, continue doing what they did with Billy in 5 and 6, because
I don't think so.
I mean, that is why I'm a little worried about. Is it going to be some kind of weird bastardization of like Scream 3 with Sydney's mom and then the Billy stuff and like some kind of weird mishmash?
Well, here's the thing. Kevin Williamson has never worked on, in a non-producer role, a film that's done that.
You know what I think would be interesting is if it's like voices in Sydney's nightmares or something, or like they're appearing in Sydney's nightmares and they really like lean into like the, I feel like
PTSD of it.
Yeah, like the trauma. I mean, I feel like this has happened. Like they've already covered that in this franchise a lot.
That's like
Scream 3, isn't it? That's why Sydney's seeing her ghost mom.
That's Scream 3. It's the Halloween 2018
that's
franchise.
Why,
so it's hard. I'm not psyched if that's the way they go, but
I would prefer, rather than them doing a dream thing or like a weird psychological ghost Billy, I'd rather them, instead of doing that, either have it be so meta that it's actually Matthew Lillard playing Matthew Lillard in the movie. Matthew Lillard as Stu Macher or something crazy. or just bring Stu Macher back, and then it'd be really weird and messy with bringing Roman back and all this stuff.
There's no way
I'd
they
rather
can
have
bring...
that happen than weird ghosts.
I'm pretty sure Stu is coming back in general. What I think it is I think Stu is going to be messing with Sydney, and I think he's going to do that by using AI voices of people from her past, being like calling her and being like, oh, like, I'm Roman, I'm your brother, you killed me, I'm Dewey, you couldn't save me. And then as he goes down, and he's revealed that it's actually Stu who's behind all the voices.
I would say some kind of, like AI voice component, regardless of whether it's Stu is behind it or not. I was really big before 6 on like before either 5 or 6 or on like the bring Stu back train, and it would be really fun. But then they went back to his house in 5, and I was like, okay, you've kind of already covered Stu at this point. Anyways, but I think the AI
Stu is not his house.
In 5, it's Stu's house.
Yeah, but Stu is not his house.
Yeah, but it's if they were gonna do it, and you were gonna bring
Radio Silence screwed up in that way. They should have brought Stu back.
Anyways, if
that's what
I've
was
always the opportunity to do it if they were gonna do it. But I think the AI voice thing is a cool idea. I think that is probably one of the best theories we've thought of, or you've thought of, Hunter, obviously.
Well, that was a theory that's been going around from everybody. I know some people don't like that idea. I am a fan of it because AI voices are a thing now. And that also kind of harkens back to Scream 3 with the voice changer.
Yeah.
Which now makes sense if you do it in this time period because that technology exists.
Yeah.
And like that's kind of like what it seems like they've been trying to do recently. Because with 6, how Kirby comes back and kind of like smooths over that Roman plot hole where she's like,
kudos to him.
Yeah.
You think maybe they'll really fix the Roman plot hole though and be like, actually, there was a second killer in 3.
Or maybe
I hope so.
That'd be fun.
Or maybe Roman was twins.
His twin comes back.
Stu was twins.
Everybody got twins.
Roman's twin comes out and he's like, I'm the more evil Roman. I'm worse. Holy shit. Worse.
No, I don't think
Scott Foley, just like, he's bald and he's like,
I don't see them going back to 3 like that though. I think everyone just like let it go at this point.
Angelina's coming back.
Oh my god.
She never died. Angelina Tyler.
Oh, she did die.
Not according to Scream 7.
Wait, really?
I don't know.
Oh, Scream 7.
We can retcon anything we want at this point.
It's just like Kirby coming back. It's like no one thought she was not dead until
because they never really.
But apparently, it was
showed her, completely
in
died.
that book. They Chad and I read this book about the production of Scream, and apparently, it was in her contract that she wasn't gonna die.
Yeah, and also I also know in the commentary track for Scream 4, Wes Craven literally says, "Look at the body. She's still breathing, and we cut the camera off." So that was him saying Kirby is still, because no Scream movie has ever killed somebody off screen and never showed the body afterwards. Like we always see the body being thrown somewhere or see that it's actually dead. Like I think not that I can think of at least. Like
I don't know. I mean, I think there's plenty of times when they show someone getting stabbed, and you're like, okay, that.
Well, I mean, Scream 6, I like Quinn.
Yeah.
Never mind.
I'm just excited to see Henry Winkler come back.
Yeah, bring back the Fonz.
Of course.
Wait, really?
No, I don't know.
No,
I'm just preparing for you for when Kevin Williams.
I have no idea who's coming.
But
coming back.
But I just wanted a quick shout out. We've been mentioning this book. I just want to throw out what the book is. It's called Your Favorite Scary Movie by Ashley Collins. Carrie and I listened to it on an audiobook, and the coolest thing about the book is that
The audiobook.
the audiobook is that Roger L. Jackson, I was like, I'm gonna get the name wrong. Roger L. Jackson narrates the book.
That's
And
so cool.
it's so cool because he'll kind of like talk in his normal voice a little bit, but it still sounds like the Ghostface voice, like when
Yeah,
he's talking on the phone. But when he reads the chapter titles, it's straight up Ghostface. It's
that's
amazing.
awesome.
Yeah.
So I have another theory I want to bring up, and this is basically pure speculation on my part. It's mostly because of the Ice Nine Kills Twisting the Knife music video. I think there's going to be a component of the cult of Ghostface in Scream 7.
Maybe.
I feel like because Kevin Williamson really wanted to do that for 3, he wanted it to be a cult of these students following Billy and Stu, and like,
That could
Stu
be
being the mastermind and everything like that. I could see him doing it where now Stu from behind bars, maybe he recruited um Richie and Amber because Richie Amber lives in his house. So he would have the direct connection to Amber.
that could be what they set up in Scream 7. At least start the setup of that. And
And the only reason why, because of the music video in Twisting the Knife, I don't know if you guys seen it or not, but
yeah, I did.
it's but I like how in that one it shows like multiple ghost faces surrounding both McKenna Grace and Spencer in the video. So it says, to me, that can kind of symbolize that there's going to be multiple ghost faces, or that it's going to be a cult where like they're all surrounding them.
Well, I
That
mean,
would make sense. And then they use the like AI voices to seem like it's all the ghost faces coming back or
Yeah.
something.
yeah, I mean,
Each one of them uses a different voice.
we've had 2 ghost faces and everyone except for 3 where there's 1 and then 6 where there was 3. So are they going to evolve it to where now there's more than 3? Are they going to go? I think Kevin's only going to go back to doing 2 in this one because I feel like he's like, I'm going to go back to the root. However, I think maybe in a post-credit scene, they could set up the cults of Ghostface
For 8.
for 8. Yeah.
Well, I feel like they do the cults of Ghostface in this movie. Like, then probably the mystery would be who's the leader of all the ghost faces. I don't know. I feel like when you have that many, though, it just gets a little goofy.
That's why I'm hoping that he takes his time with doing it. If he's gonna do it in like a way that makes sense, where it's like they're not all like on equal standing of Ghostface. Like these are all imitators.
Yeah, a cool way to do that is not do like 10 people as Ghostface. I would keep it at like maybe 4 or 5 and have Richie and Amber be 2 of them, and then have
Like they're still alive?
No. Like I'm saying, like Stu is coming after Sydney because he killed his favorite students. Like
gotcha.
you killed my favorite pupil. Like Amber was somebody that maybe her family just didn't randomly move into the house. Maybe Stu sold it to him, where he's like, I want to be closer to her because I know she's a fan. And that ties in 5 as well.
Sorry, Chad. I'm just trying to remind myself of what, going back to the meta thing. I know I said it was going to be too similar to Scream 3. But if you think about it, Scream 7, like Scream 5 is a requel of Scream. Scream 6 is a requel of Scream 2. Technically, if Kevin wanted to continue the requel theme, doing it that meta would just be a requel of Scream 3.
Yeah.
So like I still don't see them doing it, but now I've kind of convinced myself that would be the really fun way to do it.
them doing the AI voices is actually could be an element of being a requel of Scream 3, because in Scream 3 and Stab 3 you could be like, oh, they had this magical voice changer where Ghostface can now, change his voice in Stab 3. So maybe the killers in this one are inspired by Stab 3 and they're like, well, we have AI. I could do this now. And they take that over, and that's the element they take from Scream 3 to kind of be similar to it.
I will say, taking down AI as far as like a meta narrative sounds like a great idea, because
Mhm.
that's like the hook of Scream is like we're commenting on something about cinema and something related to cinema, and
And
like
also society as a whole.
yeah, and AI affects everyone, but also very much so cinema. So
Hmm. And also,
that's
like Scream is a franchise that not only, as you said, you know, talks about tropes in the horror genre, but also in society as a whole. Scream 1 is about the sensationalizing of, serial killers and the paparazzi surrounding that one. Scream 2 is obviously, people wanting to get famous from,
mhm.
trials like the OJ trial and things like that. That's Mickey's, motive. Then Scream 4 jumps into not only torture porn, but also the risk you will take to be famous on social media, which is what people at the time were doing and people are still doing. And this one could be the fight on tech on AI, like people using AI and what somebody could do in real life that with AI that could be very scary.
Yeah.
So each of them have like a big talking point.
Yeah, so I mean, we don't really know what they're gonna do. I think the trailers have been really good at kind of
Hmm.
keeping a little bit of a mystery there. So it's been really
Yeah.
exciting to I don't even know if I've seen all the trailers, but at least the first one is like it's really good. Like Sydney's daughter is in danger.
Hmm.
Her name is Tatum. They you
Love
know,
it.
there's a possible like Airbnb, Ghostface Airbnb. So maybe
Which
that's
which is actually a thing in real life, by the way. They turned Stu Macher's house into an Airbnb that is literally like they got Scream merchandise and stuff in it where you can sleep in it. And
so
like I love that they took that real life element and it was like that'll be a great open. Like I think that's gonna be the opening scene. I think we're gonna see
McKenna Grace
a
is
Oh
scene
yeah,
coming
of them being at the Airbnb.
back.
I think so too. After I think that's gonna be the opening.
And then what does that lead into, and how do we connect that to Nev and her daughter? And
Hmm.
yeah, I don't know. I'm really excited. That this is coming out in what 2 days,
I know. I'm so excited.
and so we're
Hmm.
gonna try to come at you guys with the review shortly after.
We,
Hopefully,
I definitely want to do a Scream 7 review. We might just looking at doing like a live stream, get people in talking about it, just talking about what we like about it. That way we can connect with other Scream fans who've seen it.
That'd be fun. Yeah.
yeah,
Maybe.
yeah, we could talk about it.
Hmm.
So, uh, do we have any other thoughts? Because I think like we kind of like we don't really know anything, and
No,
I'm
we don't.
excited because after the fallout of uh spyglass, I was like
Hmm.
Skydance, what is it, spyglass, um and everything with radio silence and stuff. I didn't think Scream was going to go on, and I'm just really glad that it's continuing and that it feels like it's in good hands. So very excited for Scream 7. The franchise so far has been good movies. So I'm
Hmm.
hoping Scream 7 doesn't let us down. And I don't think it will.
Now I take this with a grain of salt because I don't like a big grain of salt. Some people I've seen on the Scream Facebook group I'm a part of have said that they've seen early screenings of it and it's not good. I don't believe that.
I wouldn't trust any
So
I wouldn't
no.
trust anything that people say, because you just don't know. There's trolls, there's people who are just trying to get attention. There's
Hmm.
so many different things. I mean, there was like a wave of like buzz for the Flash. when it came out, the movie The Flash, and everyone was like, "This is one of the greatest comic book movies ever made." And then while I like that movie,
I
there's
liked
a
it as
lot of
well.
people who hate that movie, and so
Mhm.
it's just like, you never know. Early buzz can be
Exactly.
anything. People could be lying. I don't know. But then also like, so many different like things like Emilia Perez that one time it came out had like glowing buzz, and then it came out that like, well, maybe it's a little problematic and it's not
Maybe.
people thought it was, and it's kind of a mixed bag there. But yeah, so like you said, take it with a grain of salt, but I'm excited for it, and we're all gonna go see it like right when it comes out,
Oh yeah.
excited to see what we think. And
Yeah.
we'll react to it when we can. And
Mhm.
I hope you all watching go see it and have a good time, and hopefully we have another great Scream movie on our hands here.
I'm so excited for Scream 7. Like this is the a Scream movie that like I haven't followed the marketing a lot, and that's on purpose. I want to go into it not knowing pretty much anything. Like I watched the first trailer and I watched one TV spot when they did the legacy trailer spot because I really like how they showed flashbacks of the older movies and then Cindy as an adult. I love that trailer, but that's the only ones I've watched.
Yeah,
Like I know I followed the production value, but that's just or the production things. That's just because I like movie news. But that's I'm going into it as blind as possible, and I'm super excited to see a genuine reaction in a movie for the first time in a very long time.
absolutely. I plan to go to the theater and bring my ghost face mask. So um
Yeah, Scream
there
2 style.
although I was just telling Carrie, if people ever behave like they do in that Scream 2 opening, I'm pissed off. If they're like standing up in the middle of the movie doing this, you're like, sit down. So yeah, don't do that.
I always thought that scene looked fun as a kid, and now I'm like, I'd get so annoyed if I spent $30 and
Dude.
couldn't even see the movie.
Yeah. Anyways.
That was a weird tangent we went on.
Yeah. Any other thoughts, Carrie? Excited?
Yes.
Yeah. Hunter excited?
Yeah,
All right.
definitely excited.
Go ahead and close it out, and we'll talk more Scream later.
All right, guys, if you did enjoy this, please hit the like button, subscribe to Welcome to Prime Time, and remember, stay scared.